Ladies and gentlemen, Michael Palmisano here for, I don't know, 6 months, 8 months, 9 months, no idea. My friend Lisa has been trying to get me to check out Jamie McClean. Lisa, today is the day, and I'm looking forward, Andy and I are both looking forward to coming with you to go see him in Annapolis in a couple weeks. So she sent me, amongst a few other videos, This is Crazy About You from 5/24/2023 from the Sellersville Theater. This is ice cold. I do not believe I've ever seen or heard Jamie or his band play. Let's see what we get. Lisa, this is for you. Cheers. Oh, come on with the click button. Thick.
Took all my life from my sunny day.
Yes.
You took all my love and pain.
All right, before we get going, I got to get this intro lick. It's fat. There's something. We're in the key of C, okay? Now we're coming in with so 1 flat 3, 4 flat 5. Back down into a flat 7, I think. So it's like. But maybe he's doing it with power chords. It sounds thick, though. There's something else happening. He's doing it up here. Yeah, it looks like he's leading with his second finger, maybe getting the major third, and then the root for each one. So it's harder than it looks. I don't know if that's it.
You took all my life.
Okay, so it's definitely that minor kind of blues thing. I do believe he's just moving this shape, root, major third, root again. So I'd have to practice that to get it real swampy and loose like he has it. But then when it comes out of there, you got G. Why am I drawing a blank? Not diminished. Come on, what's the word? Augmented. That's where you raise the fifth. So root, major third, sharp 5. Fun fact, the reason this works in a blues, like yes, the major third resolves back to the 1-5-1 cadence, but this sharp 5 is also the minor third of your 1 chord. So that tension, it works for the.
From my sunny day, you take all my love and pain.
5, 6, 1, 2.
And you turn and you
Oh yeah.
walk away. But
There it is.
I'm crazy about you. Baby, won't you come on home? You took all my money and you hit the town.
I love this guy. He does all the things that my favorite old school head cutting blues guitar players do. It's that just commitment to just, you never play the same thing for about twice. Once. It's completely in the moment. It's that anything could happen at any time. I could just bend this note, and you're just going to have to deal with it. As long as I feel like doing it, as long as you're going to have to deal with it. I love that stuff. I love that. Now, these basic changes, basic blues, right? You got this one, you got this classic hammering on from the minor third to the major third. Goes to the forward. Now, he does this diminished thing where you basically, there's 4 ways you can do it. But basically what you're doing is on your 4 chord, raise your root a half step, and you get this F sharp diminished thing, okay? Now, you can take it a step further, and you can build stacked minor thirds like that, like how he's doing it. Classic technique that works really well, almost, I don't want to say exclusively over the 4 chord, but that's the place where it seems to work the best. Then, walks up to your A chord, and these all become functioning dominants, right? Functioning secondary dominants. So A7 to D7, G7, C, right? So it's that circle of fifths. A7 wants to go to D, make it D7, make it functioning, wants to go to G, make it G7, it's functioning, wants to go back to C.
You took all my best guitars and you burned them down
Love
to
that
the ground. But I'm still crazy about you. Baby, won't you come home?
Yeah. Yeah, so that time he doesn't do the augmented. He just does the G7, walk down F sharp, chromatic, down to F. The hits.
Gone and left me for dead.
C7 down here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Whoa, you gone and left me
E7, A7.
treat you like I would.
Bring that D7.
One of
Hit me
these
with the
days
G7.
You'll be crawling back, just like I knew you would.
I just want to point out how great his touch is. Great electric guitar players. How do I phrase this? When you've done it a bunch, you can just see it on video. There isn't this loss of pressure on the strings. There's this constant vibrato. There's this constant touch on the neck, where who's the young guy that does it so well these days? Marcus King, where like the guitar, where it's almost like the guitar shakes. Now I'm sitting down, so it's harder, but like it's almost like the hand keeps the pressure and the guitar shakes in the hand, right? It's the exact opposite of the guitar being this static thing, and the hand shakes all over. It's like it's classic Eric Clapton stuff, right? Where it's like you're pushing the guitar around more than the guitar is pushing your fingers around, right? And that is something that just great electric guitar players have in their touch. It's like when he walks down here and grabs this G7, like right there when he's on that and he's shaking it. Watch when it goes down to the G. So subtle, but for the trained eye, you can see dude is so used to playing really sensitive and powerful guitars and amps and keeping the signal chain like no dead air, right? Just keeping a fluid contact the whole time. Great touch. What a drop. Love that one. Doing the changes. Yes.
Sellersville, you know what I mean?
Yes. Yelling at him off the mic. Tell him. Yeah. Yeah, that little smack. This is a dude that's been doing it for a minute. It's a real guitar player right here. Love his playing. I don't want to start and stop too much. I'm trying not to. But just notice he started out C major. Very B.B. King. But still getting that, those little horn parts, those sixes. So like if you're in C, you can grab that. You can even make it the whole triad. But then switches into minor. There's a bunch of little things happening in here. But the touch is what stands out. Picking right here. Whoa, Jamie, what was that? Come on now. What was that? See, this is one of those. My guess here, Jamie, if you see this, drop it in the comments and let me know. My guess here is that this is the part of the tune where over the 4 chord in the F, and it switches that half step diminished, and you shoot for something to spell that out. Now, this would just be stacked minor thirds, right? Every time it's easy to screw this up. Now, I don't know exactly what you're going for, but this reminds me of, I've done this many times. Don't forget about the different timbres of where you pick, by the way. Yeah. He's shooting for the, hear that? Just stacked minor thirds to create that in scale form. Yes. Right there, same thing again. So, go into the 4 chord, and then right where it lifts, right? You see him slide up and try to stack those. Sorry. Stack those minor thirds. It's using diminished is such a tricky and subtle thing to get right. It's so hard to do. It's so hard to do well. For all you out there, I've made a video on him before a bunch of times, or at least featured him. I don't know. Check out Jack Ruch, R-U-C-H. Uses diminish in the blues scenario and stuff like this about as good as anybody in the game right now. But just know that's what he's thinking in this moment. Yeah, shoot for that 5. Love that. Love that. Again. Root. 5th. Shoot up. Blow past that 6 into flat 7 later. Very B.B. King. Again, shooting for that 5. So that time through, when it goes to the 4, which then becomes the 4 diminished, he did not choose to do a diminished scale and stack those minor thirds. He just chose to do the right your triplet or sextuplet sequence. You know the yeah. Apparently, I need to work on mine, but like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Right. The point is, you're thinking about and creating a sequence. Love those rakes. So filthy. Yes. We're having a good time. Oh yeah. Love those rakes, man. What is he doing up here? So you got the his rakes are killer. He's doing so many like 2 to 3 string little rakes into everything that just bleed through. I love it. Yeah.
You can change your name.
I love it.
You can change your name.
But what, baby?
You can change your hair color. I still want you just the same. But I'm still crazy about you. Baby, won't you come on home? Crazy about you.
Yeah.
Baby, won't you come on home? Crazy about you. Baby, won't you come on?
I love this guy. Lisa, you were right. I'm pumped. I'm excited to go. It's a real guitar player. This dude's all heart. His touch and his feel stand out more than anything from a guitar player's perspective. But he's a bluesman, like through and through. Like the timing, the spacing, the storytelling. Like I'm such a sucker for it. I love it. It's the basis of like all real guitar playing, in my opinion. As far as the tune is concerned, you're in C. You have this riff, which I do believe has this stacked root, major, third, fifth thing. That 1 flat 3, 4 flat 5, 4 3 flat 7 1. Watch out for that G augmented, and again, the augmented fifth is the same as your flat 3 for your 1. Okay, so you can use it anywhere, right? So if you're a G7 here, don't be afraid to, right? Don't be afraid to E flat that bad boy. Then when you're in the changes, okay, when it goes to the 4, again, raise your root 1/2 step, keep everything the same, creates F sharp diminished. You can do it like this, and again, these are all movables. It's just stacked minor thirds, right? And you can also mimic that again in scale form like you see him doing. And then it just does this little circle of fifths. You got 1, 6, 2, 5, 1. And you're going to be soloing over that. And then when you go to solo over that, Jamie is strongly outside of that diminished part, favoring a key-centered approach. So not choosing to do a bunch of different scales and a bunch of different crazy stuff over the different chords, but making C feel like home base the whole time and mixing between major and minor, starting with that, right? Right? Mixing major and minor. And that's basically it. I love the blues. Lisa, thank you so much for turning me on to this. Jamie, if you see this, hopefully I get to meet you and shake your hand in Annapolis. I'm really looking forward to seeing you and your band play. And that's it. If you guys dig the vibe here, I really hope you hit subscribe. It helps me a lot. And if you'd like to learn more about blues fundamentals, I have a whole course called, wait for it, Blues Fundamentals on GuitarGate, where it talks about all these basic things, the 6/8 feel, the 12/8, doing sequences, all these chords, all of these forms, and the scales you go to use, which is why I was able to pick up on this stuff so quickly, not because it's magic, just because I've learned it, and these are really educated guesses. That's it. If you're interested, it's the first link in the description. You get that course and all of my courses when you become a subscriber at GuitarGate, and that's also how you support the channel. I love you all so much. Keep your guitar in your hands, and I'll see you real soon. Cheers. Lisa, you were right.